Hi there. Today we're going to talk about Karel's syntax, and we're going to start talking about moving from coding with blocks to coding with text. Your objective today is to learn what syntax is and why it's necessary. Let's start with the vocabulary. What is syntax? So syntax is the rules for how to write code in a programming language. We'll talk more about that in a moment. So first of all, how do we write code? You might recognize the code on the left, and the code on the right is something that will be familiar soon. So let's talk about the languages that people speak in. Can you think of different languages? We have English, French, Italian, German, Spanish. People speak in many different languages. Computers have different languages too. There's JavaScript, Scratch, and Python, and many, many more. You may be familiar with block coding, such as this, but we're going to start learning to code in a new language. We'll be learning Karel the dog's language. And this language is a modified version of a language called JavaScript. You may or may not have heard of JavaScript, but JavaScript is very popular and it is used mostly for web pages, and it makes them very interactive. Why are we learning a new coding language? Block programming languages like Scratch are a great way to learn to program. However, the languages that run the world around us are all written in text-based languages. First, what is syntax? Think of syntax as the rules for writing code. Take a look at the sentence inside the box. Can you read what it says? Do you understand what it says? The sentence is asking, what time is lunch? But do you see what's wrong with this sentence? The W at the beginning is not capitalized, even though it's the beginning of a sentence. The word time is missing an E, and there's no question mark at the end. We're still able to understand the sentence even with those errors. But computers don't work that way. That's where syntax comes in. Syntax is the rules we use to write code. When we write code using text, we have to follow the syntax rules exactly. Programming environments don't have our very complex ability to see what the writer meant instead of what the writer actually wrote. Think of syntax as the pieces of a jigsaw puzzle. In a puzzle, you have to put just the right piece in just the right place. In text coding, you have to put just the right letter, capital, special character in just the right place. If we don't follow all of the rules, we get syntax errors and the computer can't run our program. We have to fix any syntax errors before the computer can run our program.